Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates, and I'd like to go through the journals that I decided to give as prizes for my giveaway. And I'm doing a birthday challenge friendship journal giveaway. I had decided that I'm not going to create a new journal as a prize, simply because I've learned as being a clay artist, when I try to create something with a deadline, I don't feel like I do my best work. And I was trying to do that with the journals, and then I realized some of my absolute favorite journals are ones that I've already created, and I'd like to offer them as prizes. Sometimes I'll hold back from putting things in my Etsy shop because I'm just personally attached to them. And then other times I'll do a video and someone will graciously offer to buy them, and I've never even put them on my Etsy shop. And so that's one way they end up being sold. My favorite ones end up being sold sometimes, but these are ones that I created just for the pleasure of creating, and when I look through them I can tell that they were done just for the love of creating the journal, and that's the kind of gift I like to give. So what I thought I would do is offer 4 journals. I'll give the first place winner the chance to choose which one they want, and then there'll be 3 left for the second place winner to choose one, and then there should be 2 left for the third place winner to choose from. And that way I hope you'll get a journal that you'll be happy with. And so I have a little under 2 weeks left, and then we'll be doing the drawing on well, it closes the 14th. I'll probably wait a couple days before I do the drawing. I'll let you know. But I want to walk through a couple of the journals. I do have videos on, I think, all of these, but just because these are going to be the prize offerings, maybe you'll have fun just seeing what you could possibly win. This one I called Ivory and Blue, and it's created in a shabby chic kind of style with really pretty blues, and you know, maybe just I would call it sort of a nice fairy kind of looking style. Vintage, fairy, shabby chic, it's probably all in one. Anyway, this is the spine, and I just used some of that chiffon rosette, and this gorgeous stick pin was gifted to me. And see, these are the things I have a hard time parting with, but if you win this journal, you will win an authentic Ruby stick pin, because that was gifted to me from Ruby. And this is the back. This isn't a pocket, it's just a little decorative embellishment. And it's got lots of tea-dyed laces and embellishments, and you'll see butterflies throughout, and I really like this piece of bling here. And I'll probably dangle another charm of some sort from this little loop here. And this one I probably will not stuff the pockets with ephemera. I'll probably put a couple little, you know, surprises in the pockets, but I think it would be neat if the person who wins it maybe chooses their own style of tags and ephemera or lace or whatever they want to put in the pockets. So I'll just flip through this one. This is one of the offerings that you'll be able to choose from if you're the first place winner. And they all have beautiful handmade flowers, all kinds of hand-dyed laces, vintage trims, pockets, bling. And then this one is not a pocket, it's more of a decorative piece, but you can use bulb pins and dangle things from the different flowers and embellishments. And this is a pocket page. No, it's a belly band, I take that back, with a little stopper here for tags or journals. And there's the top. And again, there's this beautiful cotton blue and cream fabric. It says peace. And there's this page that is very whimsical, and it has a nice pocket and lots of lace and trim and a decoupaged napkin. Some more of this beautiful trim that I don't have anymore. There's some vintage trim here. And the next page, I call that a phantom image of the Eiffel Tower. And there's a butterfly and another really nice pocket. And then there's this one with a handmade flower. And if you go back and watch the video on this journal that I created, you'll see that a lot of these items were gifted to me, and I incorporated them into this journal, and that's why it became one of my favorites. But I hope it will be one that you would like to have as well. And that's a really nice pocket there with a nice little pearl, blue pearl, and a really pretty flower and butterfly embellishment here. And then the last two pages, I have an angled pocket for a really nice journal or notebook that would fit in there. And like I said, I may tuck in a few surprises. I won't do a lot, but a few. And I think there's one more. Yes. And this is the last page. And I really like this little faux fabric envelope here. And it is also a pocket. It's a ribbon rose. And then there's a Prima flower embellishment here, and just a lot more lace. And then this page has another pocket. Forgive my fingernails. I can never keep nail polish for all the crafting and clay that I do. And so there's another really pretty embellishment with some beautiful vintage lace. So that's the first journal, Ivory and Blue, that'll be offered as a prize that the first place winner can choose from. And I didn't want to assume that bigger is better, so I have different sizes to show you. I'll show you the smaller one. This is a one signature journal with fabric and paper, and I call this the Happy Journal because I created it as spring was blooming this year, and I just had that happy, oh, spring is here feeling when I made this one. And so I have flower embellishments with really pretty yellow and blue colors. This is a nice yellow lace that ties it shut, and then it's got lots of different blues and yellow trim all around. I put stickles in the middle of some of these flowers, and there's the spine, and there's the back, and the back is a paper doily that you could tuck something in if you wanted to, and I would call that rather fairy-like as well. And then it opens, and this one has got lots of journaling space, so if you're one that likes journals and you like writing, this paper is really tea-dyed nicely, and it's got a really nice feel to it, so it would take journaling really well. And then I just covered some of the pages with some of my favorite rose print fabric, and I aged the edges with ink. So again, it's just tea-dyed paper with flower embellishments, rayon seam binding, and floral paper. It's another one. It's a butterfly, floral little flip there, tea-dyed paper. There's one here with another butterfly and a postage stamp, little paper doily, little tuck spot. And this one has a little vintage crocheted butterfly off of a doily. I like this little envelope. It's tea-dyed with decorative paper and flat back pearls, and it can store tags and ephemera. And then this one with the lavender paper flower, ribbon rose trim, lavender trim and paper, and plenty of journaling space. It flips open for journaling. Room for journaling. I love the tones of the magenta and the brown on this one. It's a little dangle there. This one is got some of my favorite, which is pink gingham. I just like gingham. Tea-dyed and stained. Some beautiful decorative paper. Pink ruffled trim. Another page for journaling. Eyelet lace trim on the edge. A little belly band here with some really gorgeous silk ribbon and a paper rose. Another one of my favorite floral papers here. I like the green. And some trim. More space for journaling. And a little flip here, fabric one. And you can hide some journaling under there. So this is the happy journal that I'm going to put in as one of the prizes. And it will just tie up into a sweet little bow. Like this. Well, it's not tying up very well because I'm doing it upside down, but I'll do it again later. The next one is what I call a tea time journal. And I never put this one in my Etsy shop either because I had one similar and I thought, oh well, I'll keep one for myself. But now I'd like to offer it to you. It's made with tea-dyed ruffle. Well, it was, no, I take that back. It's just some eyelet lace trim that I tea-dyed. And then there was a handkerchief, and I don't know if you can tell, but the handkerchief was just this big. It's a square, and it's got beautiful linen. It's very vintage. It might even lend itself to a little image there. I might still do that, but the details of that handkerchief were so pretty, so I used the whole thing. And then I did some crocheted doily as well. And then I made this kind of vintage flower with a wooden bead in the center. And it just opens like this. And the journal pulls out and unties with this crocheted lace. So I've got some buttons and a little wording that says tea time. Lots of coffee dyed and tea dyed lace. There's a little bit of burlap there. So this one's very textural with lots of vintage snippets. This is a silk flower. I just love that flower. Got a little tiny crocheted lace flower in the middle. And some buttons and tatting and cheesecloth. There's eyelash trim. There's just all kinds of stuff on here. There's some more tatting, lace, ribbon. So this one's got quite a bit of texture and detail on the front and back. And then this is very much filled with journals and tags. And what I did with this is paper, and I printed it onto fabric. So there's some fabric printed, rose printed fabric and a tag, and then I used tea-dyed paper and the similar color rayon seam binding for the tag. And then there's that pretty paper that's got like the infused fern and flowers in the actual paper, and that's just a lace embellishment. And there's some more of the paper, another band. This envelope is made with parchment, and then it's got tags in it that slip back in there. And I just really love this journal. I hope whoever receives it does too. So the lace flips from this page to this page, and there's a tag with a little phantom image and you can journal on the back, and I just stitched some fabric and lace on the edge there, or cheesecloth. This one is sort of a see-through image. It's got some trim around it, and on the other side I made this little parchment envelope that opens, and oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. The Velcro didn't hold, but it opens into a little notebook. But I'll fix that, of course, before I would send it to anyone. And it just slides back down into the parchment envelope. I stamped on this page. There's a little tab, lace tab, a little rose fabric embellishment, lots of tea-dyed paper, a little stationery with lines for journaling, and a sweet little tag with some vintage lace on the bottom. Another pocket and a tag that says kindness. Slips in there. Some ruffled fabric and a lace tab here. I love this envelope. It's got some ruffled lace or ruffled fabric, and I stitched around the envelope, and here are some tags. And I love the Madame Alexander dress here that it's kind of faint, but I stuck that on. It was from some Madame Alexander paper dolls. And this is some, I don't know, it's almost like rice paper washi tape. And then this is a tuck spot that's from an angle at the top of the page, and I printed this image onto some linen, and that's some tea-dyed paper for journaling. So that sticks right up there. Here's a paper doily and some mini postcards that can be journaled on. This is a little script envelope. I think it was a gift card envelope, and a little postcard. I think is there one more in there? No. And then I just trimmed it with some eyelet lace trim. And there's plenty of journaling space. Another piece of the stationery, and a piece with some of this really pretty fabric. And that is a downloadable that I got from Tsunami Rose, and I just tore it and stuck it on. And I love this one. I learned from G. Kerr. It's a concertina that you can tie up with a ribbon, and it folds out for journaling. And so I just put some cheesecloth. I'm always picking at stuff, you guys forgive me. Always seeing lint and things, and I'm sorry, I don't like that. Anyway, I stitched on the cheesecloth and stitched around this little fold out, and it makes great little compact journaling space. And then of course you can journal on the top of it here and here, and this flips up too, so you could journal underneath. And then I also have some tatting that I added some glimmer mist to. And then another paper belly band, another tag. Oops, I don't want that to. I'll pull it down this way instead. I don't want to rip it. It's got this really nice fabric. And here there's a dried daisy. Oh, you can't see it very well, can you? Anyway, I put a little daisy there. I love that. It's a real dried flower that's laminated. Here's a really pretty envelope again from the Tsunami Rose paper. You can see all the music note paper and vintage little images, and then some tags that you can use for journaling or gifts or whatever you'd like. I think it's kind of neat to remember, oh, I've got some tags I could use on that gift. They're tucked away in my journal, and you just go grab one and use it. There's some stamping, and this is a really pretty cutout stationery that I like to use. There's another vintage lace that's been avocado dyed. Here's another tag for journaling. And again, flipped the same lace from front to back and created this little window card, and so you can see through it, the little windows there. And I tore some paper doily, and it opens up and you can journal on it or write someone a note, use it as a note card. Another space for journaling. This is actual fabric, just a little snippet there. And then the back page is more of the paper that I printed onto fabric, created a lace pocket, and tucked in some really pretty tags here with just some thin lace for the tie at the top, and there's tea-dyed paper on the back, and they tuck down in there. And of course you can add or take away from these however you'd like, and it just ties back up into a bow and fits back into the lace envelope like this. So that is number 3, which will be one that the winner can choose from. And the last one is pretty much a writing journal with lots of fabric, and I really like this one, and I remember having a lot of fun creating this one. And I haven't been making these type journals a long time, but I have just gotten very excited about making them. This is a trim I recently picked up that I love the eyelash shabby edges of it. And this one again has lots of texture. This is an embroidered or corded piece that I got off of an organza tablecloth, and so there's all kinds of vintage lace and tatting, and it's got the green tones. This is a shabby little flower that I created to go on it, and there's the spine. It's just one signature, but it does have quite a few tags and little notebooks. This is the back, you can see that. And then inside, I'll take you through really quick. This is a tea-dyed little library envelope, and I created this pretty tag. I don't know if you can see the print. It's a real faint green floral print, and this is like a greenish gray piece of parchment paper. At least that's what they call it, parchment. It doesn't feel like parchment, but I purchased it, and that's what they call the type of paper. And then this has got more of that corded organza image on it. And we have a piece of stationery with lines and a little tab over here, some vintage fabric on the edge. I love this. It's a decoupaged chiffon handkerchief, and I just stuck some more of that corded fabric just for texture. This one has a lace edge, and it has a decorative tag and a little pocket, and I love this print on here. And then this opens up, so you could actually journal on these. They're little paper bags, and they have fun little tags stuck inside, like literally stuck, I guess, now. So these open up for journaling, and this back one has the same with a little music note tab to pull them out, and they fit down in here. Let's see if I can get it in there. It's being a little stubborn. There we go. And then I love this floral print, and that's a tag with some silk ribbon at the top, and they fit down in this belly band. And I can flip it over. This is a vintagey kind of page with some dictionary paper, some Tim Holtz wallpaper type paper, and note paper with some pretty pink trim, and then a couple tags that I stuck down in there. To do with what you will. This is another pretty organza doily, and I'll take this out so you can see it better, but it's very whimsical to me. I stuck this embellishment on top, but this has got the embroidered flower print on it, and I just thought that was really pretty on tea-dyed paper. And then this has some handmade paper, but it's smooth enough for journaling on if you wanted to. And then this is wallpaper. Oops, I'm out of frame, so sorry. That you can journal on if you'd like. Some vintage wallpaper. And the next page is more tea-dyed paper. A little embellishment there that I put some organza ruffle at the top. This is a napkin that I decoupaged to make a tag. Another tag that can be journaled on. This is more of that napkin on parchment paper. And this is a little flip that you can journal on. Some embellishments. I like this library folder or pocket has some ephemera, and inside I put some tea-dyed 3x5 cards for journaling. And then there's these little not rice paper, I forgot what you call these. Anyway, they were kind of like washi, but they're stickers. And tea-dyed paper and some trim that I sewed along the edge makes it kind of rustic and vintage all in one. And then I have some tags here and another one of those really pretty pockets and some floral print paper, a little piece of a 3x5 card for journaling here. And then this pocket fits down in this vintage lace belly band. Like that. Here's the signature in the middle. Sewn signature. There's a kind of a like faded in the middle floral paper for journaling. And then there's another one of those little concertinas that are tied shut with some silk ribbon, and it folds open, and this is some really pretty washi tape that I bound each seam with, so you can journal on those. And then it does flip back so you could journal down here, and then just a little butterfly that kind of matches the tones of the silk ribbon, and it ties back up. And I just love this little way of inserting more journaling space. And then we have this page where it's got some more dictionary paper, really pretty tags. This one opens up for more journaling, and I just stitched this on. Here's another tag. They fit down in this pocket, and they're backed onto parchment paper. And then this is more of that handmade paper, some doily, some more of the napkin decoupaged on. And then this page has the corded fabric, a tag for journal. Oh, that's a postcard actually for journaling on tea-dyed paper. And I was really happy with the way this paper turned out. It's got a nice toasty, pretty tone to it. And there's a tag. Actually, this is just a notebook, and I used 3x5 tea-dyed 3x5 card with lines on it. And that's the bobbin method that I learned from watching Ruby's videos for this little corner pocket. And then there's more of the corded fabric, tea-dyed paper. vintage rose print paper. Got some ruffle trim on this side. More of that faint image rose paper for journaling. I love this little embellishment, and I'm pretty sure I got it from Avril at this, oh boy, her name won't come to me. There's two Avrils, but one lives in Scotland, and it's the one in Scotland. And this one, oh, this is the back of a clip, so I'll show you that. So this page has some decoupaged paper doily, and this, is this a tuck spot? I don't know, I think it's just an embellishment. This is a paper clip, and it's a Prima flower. I'll just pull it out for now, if it'll let me. It's being a little stubborn. There we go. And it opens up, and there's paper to journal on. I hope I didn't glue that on there. It's not coming off very easily, so I guess that's going to need a little tweaking, because this is supposed to pull out for you to journal on. But for now, I'll just leave it so I don't tear it. And then this is the last page. It's on some shimmery cardstock. There's the pretty belly band corded fabric. I love this paper. And more 3x5 lined card to journal on. And a tag with some more of that silk ribbon. Pretty shimmery lace. And you can journal on it. So these will be the journals that I'll offer for the prize winners to choose from. I hope they'll find them journals that they'd love to have, but I guess because my whole giveaway was about journal pages, I thought journals would be the appropriate prize for this giveaway. So thanks for watching. I hope you found them something you would really enjoy winning. And like I said, it really isn't about the size, it's about which one appeals to you most. So first place again will get to choose, have first choice, second choice, and third choice. So thanks again for sending in your entries. I'm going to look forward to running to my mailbox today to see who else has mailed one in, and I'll be back again soon to share it with you. Everyone have a great day.